What's up, Spasmatics? My name is Phlypp, and this is yet another Phlypp Talks video. I'm gonna start off by talking about a YouTuber you may or may not know. I mean, he's not that popular. It's Pewdiepie. Well, recently he did something kind of it seemed malicious. I'm not entirely sure what the whole situation is, but it starts off with a streamer, a Twitch streamer, Syndicate. And Syndicate made a really sad video regarding his recently deceased friend. Well, anyway, the weird part about this is PewDiePie made a video, I think it was gameplay for Abzu, but he titled it "My Best Friend Just Died" or something like that. So, and people didn't understand what he was talking about because the actual content of the video had nothing to do with a friend dying. So I went down to the comments in that video. People were saying, "Oh, why does this remind me of Syndicate? I think he's talking about Syndicate, blah blah blah." So it got really weird. And on Twitter, people were also making comments about that as well. Syndicate himself said that he doesn't think that PewDiePie would actually do something that dark. So then PewDiePie responded by saying something like it was just a random title. I can't tell if it was sarcastic or not. I hope not, because that's kind of a messed up thing to do, to title your video that. It was probably just a big misunderstanding, you know, just a bad coincidence, I don't know. But speaking of PewDiePie, he was recently stalked again. I mean, it's probably something that happens frequently because he's a big YouTuber. But, yeah, I mean, I guess his address, somebody's got his address or something and it sort of leaked it. And so all these people are trying to show up to his place. That's got to be really annoying. I mean, why do you guys keep showing up to people's houses? It's weird, man. I mean, if you see him in a coffee shop, then you can say hi. That's cool. But, I don't know, if you purposely how do you speak English again? If you purposely seek out, you know, celebrities, whether they're, you know, movie or YouTube celebrities, whatever. But I don't know, like, what's the point? What are you gonna do? Take a bite out of them or something? You know, have them become part of your body? I don't get it. Moving on, but staying in the same subject as, you know, YouTubers being harassed. The YouTuber BDTV, you know, the same channel that had that interview with Jesse about exposing the fake pranks and whatnot. Well, recently they were. I mean, how do you speak? So yeah, he was streaming on YouTube, and somehow his phone number and his address was leaked. I'm not sure how that happens, but yeah, he was just, and the viewers that were watching him just like bombarded him with like creepy stuff like child pornography and whatnot, really gross things, very malicious activity being texted to him and sent to him, so much that his phone was blowing up. I mean, not literally, but his phone was, he was getting a lot of messages to the point where he couldn't even turn off his phone. He couldn't press on anything. I mean, he couldn't press any buttons or anything. So it was really crazy. And then even worse than that, that address that he leaked out was actually his parents. It was his parents' home, and they actually swatted him. That's nuts. Why would that's horrible.
Are you kidding me, dude? Stop fucking sending me child porn on my fucking phone. You're actually gonna get me in serious trouble, dude.
So yeah, he mentioned that his brother was frightened half to death, and his brother has autism, and it's just a terrible situation that people even get swatted in the first place. I mean, in theory, it's kind of funny, but if you think about it, in reality, that's just really screwed up. I mean, imagine, like, if I was swatted, per se, and like the police came over here, they'd probably grab my arm, twist it, and my shoulder would pop out because I have an impingement problem. But yeah, so I mean, it's essentially like a physical assault on them. It's just like making a mob hit, and you know, except sending the police. And it's not even the SWAT team's fault that they're called out for these things. They're just doing their job, and they especially if it's a call for a very serious offense, they're also fearing for their life too. So they have to be very aggressive and everything. So I don't know, it's just messed up. I feel very sorry for BDTV that they had to go through this thing, and their parents' address was exposed because they're extremely innocent in the whole thing. But so that sucks for him. I think he even like threatened to stop streaming and stop doing his YouTube stuff, which is horrible. I mean, you shouldn't really mess with people's deal there. I mean, it's practically think of it as like their job, and you're just like getting people fired just for a prank. It's a little messed up. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Let's move on to the next thing. Poodlecorp, the now infamous hacking group that has been hacking into like YouTube accounts and Twitter accounts. They've moved on to other things like like Blizzard. Apparently they've been hacking into Blizzard servers quite a bit lately, so I don't know how they're doing this stuff, but I think I mentioned this in one of my previous Phlypp Talks videos, how they were gonna hack Pokemon Go servers as well. I don't know if they have been. I do know that the Pokemon Go servers have been being hacked quite a bit lately, so I'm pretty sure they have something to do with it. I don't know, man. I think they're just doing some pretty harmless stuff, but I guess it's kind of just irritating to the companies. I have no opinion on that. So what I'm going to talk about now is going to be gameplay related, because you know this is a gameplay channel. I mean, look at the background. Yeah, I wanted to talk about No Man's Sky. See, I was gonna actually buy that game and play that for my next Let's Play, seeing as I just beat Uncharted. The problem is, I find that it's probably going to be difficult to actually make commentary on it. It's very expansive, it's very vast, which is beautiful. I mean, it'd be great to play on my own time, and not record, because, I mean, there's not gonna be very much for me to commentate about. It's just gonna be... I mean, it's going to take like 3 hours for me to get like 20 minutes of commentary gameplay, because there's not going to be, it's just, all it is mining and upgrading essentially. It's a great game for those who enjoy that survivalist exploration type game, and like I said, I'd probably enjoy it myself. The only problem is, I don't think I can do a Let's Play on it, because there's just not much to talk about. You can talk about the things you're finding or discovering, but that's going to be few and far between. There's going to be a lot of flying from one planet to another, and you'd have to refuel, and then you'd have to stock up on all these minerals and whatnot. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't need... It's self-explaining, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just the repetition and the fact that it takes forever to progress into anything kind of any kind of pivotal moment in the game, which there might not even be anything different or outstanding that happens in the game. It's pretty vague as to what the objective is in the first place. It just seems it's like it's a survival, because I think the game has an objective. As a matter of fact, somebody who actually bought the game early, and he spent a lot of money on it, by the way, to buy it early. Apparently, he beat it in 30 hours, which sounds like a pretty short game or a standard size game. But the thing is, he found an exploit, and which made him progress a lot faster. But the game in itself, I think you can actually play it indefinitely, because it's one of those games that just keeps on going, and then it's procedurally generated, so you'll never really run out of anything to do, although what you are doing is not necessarily that exciting. I don't want to say that, because it could be exciting to certain people. Possibly, I mean, I might not be as excited about this stuff in the game, but I'm going to say it again, it'd probably be a fun game to play on my own time, just whenever. I might not even get it until like it drops in price or something, because like I said, it's just not going to be very much meat there. In fact, that's the reason why I said that Uncharted 4 was kind of a cool game to record for Let's Plays, because it's very story driven. It is a linear game, so there's always something happening. There's always going to be some sort of an advancement in the story and more exciting stuff, cliffhangers and whatnot. But even open world games that have a main story, or if the story is more clear to the viewers as well as the player, those are also better, for me anyway, to make Let's Plays on. So even games like The Forest or Minecraft, I know people do Let's Plays on that stuff all the time, which I probably would as well, but I wouldn't do a huge series on it. It'd just be a couple videos here and there, because, like I said, it has to lead somewhere for me. That's just my style. So anyway, the game seems pretty cool if you're interested in that stuff, but if you're looking for like action-packed, like shooting lasers at things, even apparently the dogfights in space are pretty, I don't know, there's something to be desired with those as well, from what I understand, and from what I've seen. I've never played it yet, and like I said, I might play it later on, but definitely not for a Let's Play. Sorry about that. If you were looking for something like that, there are plenty of other people out there playing it. Anyhoozle, I think that's my thoughts on No Man's Sky, even though I haven't played it, so it's not necessarily a game review. I mean, it could be an awesome game, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I figured I should probably talk about games at some point with my Phlypp Talks, because this is a Let's Play channel. So there. Stay spazzy, and I'll catch you on the flip side.